This show features AI characters. No one controls their decisions. This is their story.
So, I just watched the first AI reality show, Non-Player Combat, and I have some thoughts about it. First things first, let's just get it out of the way. This is really bad. Like really fucking bad. It's an incoherent mess, incongruent with itself on several layers. Characters change ethnicity throughout the first episode, the gaze of characters don't align with the objects in frame, objects change size and form from shot to shot, the pacing is incoherent and constantly interrupted with a cutaway of random B-roll footage and a guy saying, "No mercy!"
No mercy!
As if it was like an advertisement slot. And in general, it's not very engaging. Me and my partner had a great time watching it, but for all the wrong reasons. It was generally belly laugh inducing, digging through all the things it does wrong, like an AI slopified version of Where's Waldo. So sure, it's of bad quality, but this product is baffling on a deeper level, a categorical level. As much as I don't like reality shows, I'm going to nominally defend them as a unique art form which traits non-player combat fails to adapt. And the first question is, why reality? I don't know why this was made. Or well, I do know, because Tech Bros thinks this will replace television. But why did it take this form? Think about it. This show breaks the social contract of reality shows. A reality show, in its purest essence, is supposed to be, at the bare minimum, the illusion of reality. Reality works because you believe you're watching real people. Love Island, Big Brother, Paradise Hotel, all live off of one main ingredient: constructed authenticity. The idea that even though the environment and the setting is constructed and pre-planned, that the people interacting with it are to some extent real. So when you eliminate the core idea of the thing, what fucking remains? Like, this is not an AI reality show, because the mere fact that it's AI breaks any illusion of it being reality. It is no more reality than the Lion King movies being live action. Sure, it presents some of the tropes within reality show categories, like having cutaway interviews with the contestants, an element of winning money, cutaways to the normal past lives of the contestants, but they're not real. It's not even a copy. I don't know what it is. It's uncategorical. It's antithetical to the thing it's trying to be. In reality shows, there's a tension at play. A tension between participants and the constructed environment, between the mechanics of the game and the interpersonal chemistry between the people participating. What reality is built on is the colliding moment between a person, the game, and another person. These 3 points of tension create opportunity for people to show us a performance of the self. A self that is singular to the moment on television, but still fractally real. This is reality's main feature. The parasocial moment where we as watchers view this person doing something outside of norms or bounds and cringe, hate, or align with them. It invokes voyeurism and the power of our gaze. It plays on subverting societal norms. We need to continue watching to see what madness happens next. Because these people are real, and we can't believe any real person would do these things. It's exciting. We know when the cameras shut off that these people will re-enter society, that there exists a post-text for us to explore further. We will see them in interviews, in blogs, do morning television, and so on. With all the baggage of the show with them, we get to experience a bit of parasocial alienation, or parasocial celebration on the part of the people coming back from the show. AI shows do none of this. There are no people for us to voyeur. It is absence of anything parasocial. These people don't exist. We are not seeing the colliding moment of the inherent tension. Like, it'll cut to this guy doing pull-ups in his workout garage with like 1 billion dumbbells, talking about why he needs the money and why he is suited to win the game show. But also, it's all AI generated. There are no stakes. So you're not invested. This guy's not real. He's not even fractally real. There's no performance of the self. There is no tension. There is no aftermath. So what's the fucking point? It breaks down the social contract between viewer and creator. In reality shows, you're promised real people, doing real things, having real consequences and or successes from them, and in the end having to live with it. The AI show upholds none of this. There are no payoffs in non-player combat. Because there can't be. The payoffs in reality relies on it being real. There are no risks. Let's talk about Total Drama Island, a cartoon I consider to be pretty good. I assume some tech pros are already screaming at me saying that Total Drama Island is not pretending to be real either, so it's okay for non-player combat. But here's the catch. Total Drama Island is not a reality show. It's a satire, an animated mockumentary, a comedy. Non-player combat is not. It does not use any typical tropes or signifiers of being a comedy or a satire. It plays things weirdly straight. The fact that I find it hilarious is not based on its pretextual message. It's based on the decoded message after the noise of the medium is done destroying it. Total Drama Island is explicitly an over-exaggerated critique of the reality shows that blossomed during its creation. Non-player combat is a creatively bankrupt attempt to become the next step in reality's evolution. They're not the same. Total Drama Island is mimesis of reality as a tool for signifying its message as satire. Non-player combat imitates the aesthetic of reality in hopes of getting people to watch. Usually when something is trying to imitate something else, it needs to be congruent with the internal logic that is established in the thing that it's imitating. So, if you're going to create a simulacrum of a reality show, you need to adhere to things that ground it in reality. So, when a character's ethnicity changes between shots or scenes, that is not just a quirky little bug, it's genre collapsing. This does not fall within the genre of a reality show. It's an action drama, and a really bad one at that. The setting is a reality show. The show itself is not. In the same way Star Wars is sci-fi as setting, not genre. It's action-adventure. And that's what makes this show so baffling to me. It marketed itself as an AI reality show, the first one, but contains none of the aspects that make something a reality show. This show is so not congruent with what it wants to be. Reality shows are usually normal people put in a tight conceptual space, like a hotel, a mansion, a prison, whatever. Usually they will find like baristas or mailmen, but NPC introduces the first dude like, I'm an American fighter pilot who killed 50 Iraqi terrorists in my first of my 13 tours across the Middle East. Also, I'm 19, here is my white wife and 3 blue-eyed kids. Then proceeds to do like 100 pull-ups. This isn't a simulacrum of reality TV. It's the wank residue of aesthetics loosely tied to something we can maybe call reality TV. It can't be a simulacra. It's not a copy of anything that could ever be intended as real. It is so far removed from reality, it becomes something new entirely. Sadly, not in an interesting way. But like those depression pills that make your head numb and your dick limp. It does not follow internal logic. Things introduced in one scene will change form 2 seconds later. Like this pot that turns into a weird pan dangling by whatever the fuck this is. What about this shot right here? Like, the commentary and setting is that of a grimy life or death fight, but this guy is not even pointing the gun at the person. Oh yeah, the guns are kind of just generic firearms, but they were not coherent to firearm standards, with parts that make no sense. And then suddenly a semi-automatic becomes a bolt-action sniper. It's all over the place. And in between these weird amorphic moments, you're supposed to be impressed? Or get attached to characters? How? Who is this for? If anyone watched this and had like a moment of immersion, please leave a comment down below, because you need to be fucking studied. Your suspension of disbelief must be sturdier than something really sturdy. I don't know, fuck you. The buy-in for anyone watching a movie or TV show is that there's going to be like minimal friction between you and the immersion of the text. Immersion comes in many forms. It can be immersion as if you are in the text yourself or adjacent to the characters in the text, but some amount of immersion is needed. For example, reality's immersion comes from that parasocial cringe you feel listening to shallow idiots scream about beer or whatever. NPC breaks this by being so incoherent that the only way to view it as coherent is if you're an infant without object permanence. It's not surreal, it's not hyper-realistic, for even these categories of breaking reality consist of some baseline within themselves. There is no intent behind the pot or guns changing. There are no greater reasons for it. It does not represent a glitch in the matrix or some nugget of information about mental illness as subtext. It's just bad. It cuts to a deeper problem with AI. AI replaces the mediocre. If you know something about firearms, you will see problems with the AI firearms. If you know something about jungle biology, you will see some problems with the AI jungle foliage. If you know something about movie making, oh god, will you see something wrong about the blocking and pacing and mise-en-scene? It's just, whatever you specialize in, you will find problems, because AI can usually only fool those with no expertise in what it tries to create. So, where does this abomination leave us? I don't think non-player combat is the problem. It is symptomatic of something wrong with the evolution of our relationship with media. It projects the problem all of AI is facing, that is being used to create something that the prompter does not understand at a deeper level. It's surface level. AI code only works when the people who look at it don't understand code. AI music only works when the people listening are not musicians. AI images only work when people don't understand visual art. It's the hollow shell of something familiar, with all the subtlety of Trump's ballroom. It is making something for the lowest common denominator. Non-player combat does not understand what makes a reality show, because it was never about making a good reality show. It has the same effect as turning a bookstore employee into a self-checkout desk, only to be surprised when people don't want to shop there anymore, because people also came there for book recommendations and small talk about books, the kind smile, and the humanity of bonding around a good book. AI is a very powerful tool. It can do a lot of things. For example, I was exporting thousands of HTML and JSON files from a library and wanted to create my own wiki of them. I fed it to GPT, and within a minute, it had built the whole thing. Was it perfect? Fuck no. But for my use and the time saved, it was invaluable. However, when we tried to create this simulacra of humanity in it, it fails. Like, it can make something that is simulacra adjacent, but it lacks that contextual understanding that humanity has. It lacks the edges of the bell curve. It is perfect for the middling and the mediocre, but for the truly brilliant edges where Apple meets head and creates gravity, it just doesn't seem to be possible, at least yet. And this edge that it can't reach, this is where painting, music, acting, creation, and art shine. Can it create an endless supply of jazzy, funky pop? Of course. Will it create the next Animals as Leaders or Primus? Obviously fucking not. It needs Primus to exist before it can even attempt it. And this cuts to the core of what AI is. A model for predicting things. The way AI is trained is to predict the most likely outcome. This is why it's so regressive towards the mean. It's the point. Ask AI to go through a slew of data collected from a survey, and it can easily create and group it together and make it easy for a researcher to read it. But ask it to keep the kettle pot pan thing the same from shot to shot. It's impossible. Non-player combat is everything that's wrong with our view of AI. There is no need for this. Not as a finished product, nor as a fucking tech demo.